Have a huge fight announcement between two former UFC champions, two of the most dangerous fighters on the planet. This fight is the clear number one contender matchup in the bantamweight division. Can Stylistic keep his unbeaten streak alive against No Mercy? Let's get into it.
What is there to say about Petr Yan, man? No Mercy at one point looked like the best fighter in the division. Honestly, I felt like he could have been the 135-pound GOAT. He's so skilled everywhere. Dude is a master of sport and boxing, has solid grappling, solid takedown defense, good cardio. You know he's known to always finish fights strong in the later rounds. But what is there to say, man? How the tides have turned. In his last five, he has not looked the same. Ever since that DQ victory or a DQL that he had to Aljamain Sterling, it's just been downhill. Aljamain dominated him in the grappling. Then he went on to fight Sean O'Malley. Sean O'Malley gave it to him, and he gave him that work, which was very unexpected because I did have Petr Yan winning that fight. But on the feet, man, he was shooting takedowns against Sean O'Malley. So that was a split decision. You know, the judges had to give that one to O'Malley. It was unfortunate, but it was a very close fight than people thought. Then against Song Yadong, he looked very basic. He was getting pieced up on the feet, which is very unlike him. Very unlike him. So I'm starting to question his durability. He's starting to decline, in my opinion. He was able to win that fight against Song Yadong using his grappling, but it wasn't a classic No Mercy performance. I'm not too impressed anymore.
On the opposite end of the spectrum, we have Figueiredo, who's been looking like an absolute world beater ever since the jump up to the bantamweight division. His speed and power is translated tenfold in the 135-pound division. His gas tank is looking better than ever now that he doesn't have to make the crazy cut to flyweight. But I'm going to be honest, man. If no one is going to say it, I will. Petr Yan is showing clear signs of a fall off. Straight Tony Ferguson style, man. You know what I'm saying? Every fight, the damage is becoming more and more. You see it on his face. His face is getting redder and redder. He's bleeding. He's getting cut up. Against Song Yadong, he was getting boxed up by Song Yadong. Petr Yan's a master of sport and boxing. Getting absolutely pieced up by Team Alpha Male's finest Song Yadong, man. That's Uriah Faber's prodigy, absolutely putting them paws on Petr Yan. At this point, in my opinion, Yan is just a big name and a good win to have on your record. He got out grappled by all the best grapplers in the division, and he got outstruck by all the best strikers in the division. It's clear that his time at the top is done in the bantamweight division.
And what hurts the most, or what bothers me the most, is his long layoff. Like, why is he so inactive? Why hasn't fought in like maybe a year or so? I can't explain it, man, and I don't like it. It's a bad recipe, especially at the top of the division. You have to be active. You have to be on a win streak, because that's what Deiveson Figueiredo is. Deiveson Figueiredo is coming in hot. He's, especially at this new division, moving up in the weight class. His power, his speed looks even better. And you know he's known to knock people out in the flyweight division. So I'm excited to see what he's gonna do in the bantamweight division.
Yeah, man. Let's talk about how this fight plays out stylistically. Petr Yan, he got crisp boxing and he has good takedown defense. On the other side, we have Figueiredo, who's coming in with a lot of momentum. He's very dangerous on the feet, and he's very dangerous with the submissions on the ground. If you slip up, he'll knock you out. And if you slip up on the ground, he'll choke you out. It's a very bad matchup for Petr Yan. He's trying to get his footing back under him in the bantamweight division, trying to rise back to the top, trying to become the champion, trying to reclaim the throne. But that's just not going to happen, man. The UFC, the fight business, it's not a fairy tale. It's over. Once the damage is done, you're never going to be the same guy again. Petr Yan, I think, is just what No Mercy's gone. He's just Petr Yan now. There's no more No Mercy. I think Figueiredo's about to walk through this, man, and it's going to be easy.
Yeah, I predict Figueiredo gets an early finish. Everyone knows Petr Yan has very slow starts in his fights, and he's been getting hit recently. And everybody knows the God of War, Stylistic, comes in hot in those early rounds, and dude has knockout power, so he can knock him out. He could even get the submission if it's early enough and it gets to the ground. I don't think Petr has any answers for him on the ground either. I think he wins this easy and he gets the next title fight.
We may even see Figueiredo drop Petr Yan in this fight with the hands. Nobody's ever seen Chito Vera get dropped in the bantamweight division, and guess who was the first person to do it? Deiveson Figueiredo. The man has a lot of power. He has freaky power for that small frame. He's super fast. He has good cardio, and he has elite jiu-jitsu. In terms of skill level, I don't think there's too many people that could match it at the 135-pound division. He's a very dangerous fighter, and once he beats Petr Yan and makes easy work of him, he's going to be next for the winner of Umar versus Merab.
Yeah, hopefully he has addressed his cardio issues, because at flyweight, I think that weight cut was really bothering him. In bantamweight, I think it's really benefiting him. So hopefully he's able to finish the fight strong, because everyone knows Petr in the later rounds is tough. In the beginning, yeah, he gets hit a lot and he somehow manages to survive. But
yeah, the only saving grace for Petr is that this fight is 5 rounds. So we do know Petr Yan can drop a round or two and start to pick it up and maybe still win a decision. That 5 rounds does make things a lot more interesting. If this was 3 rounds, I would be super confident. Wouldn't even have to think twice. Figueiredo gets that done in a 3-round fight. But that 5 round brings a different element into it. It brings the cardio into it. And we all know Petr Yan could go 5 rounds all day. He could go 10 rounds if he needs to. Petr Yan's a cardio machine, and he's perfectly fine taking a round or 2 off to get your timing down and try to build the fight in his favor. But I just think that's not going to work against Figueiredo.
man, who'd have thunk it, bro? Who'd have thunk it? This dude Deiveson Figueiredo could be a double champ in the UFC. Add him to the list, man.
Yeah, man, that's absolutely crazy. But when he first started coming up in the flyweight division, he was absolutely executing those dudes. I mean, he beat up Joseph Benavidez in front of his chick.
R.I.P.,
beat him
man.
down, killed him, left him for dead, bro. Then he fought Alex Perez, choked him out. As soon as Alex Perez shot a takedown, he choked him out and left him for dead. Lyoto Machado style.
And then he wasn't it a week later where he cut weight again to fight Brandon Moreno?
Yeah, I believe so. It was like a week or 2 weeks later, he cut weight again, fought Brandon Moreno, and even was able to get a draw against. Now that we know how good Brandon Moreno is, he took that fight on a week's notice and was able to get a draw against the former champ and Brandon Moreno.
Moreno hasn't been the same since those wars, man. I know he did well, but he has not been the same since those wars, man.
That's the name of the game, man. Once you get that damage put on you, you never get that health back. And that's the reason why I think Figueiredo has the advantage over Petr Yan. That's
Yes,
Full
sir.
Guard MMA, and we out of here.
Peace.